Assalamu Alaikum everyone, welcome back to another video. In today's video I am going to give you an update on my portfolio for the month of October. I'm going to explain all the buys and sells, and trust me, I have done quite a bit of that. I'm going to show you the dividends that I received, and at the end of the video I'm going to share with you guys my spreadsheet so that I have built and been using for a while. I'm going to show you a couple of things of basically that you need to change, so stay till the end if you are interested to get a copy of this overall portfolio, which is basically includes all the stocks that I own in terms of passive income portfolio, as well as the growth and the growth portfolio as well. Right, so as you can see right now, this portfolio is £38,000 and 52 pounds at the moment, and this is literally money that I have saved, and basically for every single month I put it about £1,000 to £2,000. I've been heavily investing since beginning of 2020. So what you see right now is not money that I've inherited or got in from anywhere else, and I take it very, very seriously when I actually put this money into this account. I'm not buying some hyped up companies and stuff like that. I'm just focusing on growth companies that are really good, but at the same time mainly focused on value investing side of things, which means buy a company and when they're undervalued, and obviously hold on to it, especially if they pay dividend. That will be my strategy. Right, so I have obviously different pies, so I'm going to quickly go over the pies and show you some of the, first of all I'm going to talk about any buys and sells. Okay, so for that one we're going to go into my spreadsheet and I create a section called buys and sells. Right, so for this month I have basically, in fact let's go back here, I've sold Apple. Okay, and the reason Apple is no longer in my portfolio is because of what's been happening recently. Okay, I looked at their earnings report. According to their revenue, at least is $18 billion of that comes from services. Services include the TV side of it. They've created a lot of programs that they own, a lot of shows that they own, which might contain a content that's not really Sharia compliant. It's been in my mind for a long time. I've sold it, and InshaAllah I paid whatever I needed to pay to purify the profits that I made. So alhamdulillah, I'm out of that stock completely. And to be honest with you, if you still own it and you want to hold it, that's absolutely fine, that's your decision. But for me, I was very uncomfortable, especially with the entertainment side of things, knowing that they own TV shows that could contain some sort of the reason I do not own Netflix is for that reason. So I might as well just get a massive growth company if I was to own a company like that, Apple. 18% came from things like the music side of it, so iTunes and basically all the services put together basically, and I wasn't comfortable with it, so I've sold Apple, and that money went into different companies, and I will show you that in a second. I have invested £3,864 in the month of October, and that is quite a bit. All right, so Apple shares were only £1,000. So the £2,800 that I actually put my own money that I put into this. Apple shares basically was about 10 shares. I think they were about 1,000 something pounds, including profit. So the first company that I bought was Amgen. I already had 6 shares. I think I bought 4 more shares. It cost me about almost £600. They pay dividends about 3%, over 3%, and for buying just 4 shares, I will be getting about £17 and £17.52. Now, the reason I did this and the reason why I'm actually counting this is very important. Okay, I'm not just thinking about right now. I'm thinking about 10-20 years from now on. These companies are growth companies. They actually increase their dividend. They've increased their dividend for a very, very long time, and they do it every single year. Now, whenever they increase their dividend, that means they increase in my total income. Okay, and if I own right now, I own 10 shares of Amgen, I would like to own about at least 100 shares of that company. And obviously the money that I get from that, I can actually live off that money if I wanted to. Okay, and that will be my passive income. By doing this is a passive income. Okay, I don't have to do anything. This money, all I had to do is basically buy these stocks and hold it. Whether it goes up in value, which is great for me, it will goes down, which is not great, but obviously fine. I still get paid regardless of whatever happens. And the reason I'm always talking about free cash flow, making sure the dividend is safe and this and that, is because I want to make sure I own these companies for another 10 to 15, 20, whatever years. And I want to make sure these companies are around and obviously have the cash to pay, to keep paying me and to keep increasing these dividends. So every share of this company that I own, I get £4.38. That's a lot of money. That's free money that I'm actually I'm investing, but I'm getting. But at the same time, if the company's shares go up, like Qualcomm went up last 24 hours, okay, I get the share appreciation as well as obviously the price appreciation as well as the dividends. So right, let's carry on. So Qualcomm again, I put 2.68. I wish I bought more, but I only spent £250. Their dividends about 2%. Obviously, I've got basically overall about £4.53 for owning 2.6. I think I have 12 or to 12 and a half shares, I think, in total. I own I bought 3 more shares of Cummins. Now I own 8 in total. They will pay me, that costed me about £510, and overall that's about £10. Emerson Electric, I haven't bought a lot recently, so it's been a while, but I just bought almost 1 share and they will pay me about £1.17 for that. KLA is a new addition, so the money that I actually took out of Apple, half of that money went here, the other half went to MasterCard. But as you can see, obviously I bought more of this company because I really liked it and I bought more of this. So a lot of the money that you see here is probably gone to these 2 main companies. The rest of it is a couple of hundred apart from these 2 here. Majority of them is like a couple of hundred here and there, but as you can see, KLA and MasterCard are both about basically quite a bit of those 2 share companies, right? Kimberly-Clark, I basically was going down the other day, and luckily I bought the right time because it is actually now coming back, and it's been in the red for a very long time. But I don't mind. I like the company. It's boring. I'm gonna keep it. They pay me. Why not? Visa, just bought a little bit the other day. VF. This is a new company. I did a video the other day. I'll share that in the link below so you can have a look at that. This is a new company. They own Timberland and a lot of brands. They are up actually for me at the moment. So it's £10 for owning about 5 shares. TSM, I've actually bought almost 1.19 shares for just £100, and that will pay me about 132 pence. MasterCard, I own 3.5 shares. I paid £874. It went up, I think, a couple of pounds the other day. I think today that was, and I'm probably get about £2 after tax. By the way, this is after the US tax. Okay, so I've calculated that already. And Pfizer, funny enough, yesterday, Thursday, I bought these shares. Actually, this is in November, but I bought that 2 shares to 3.54 shares just yesterday. And what happened today? It went up almost to 13%. I think right now as we speak, I think it's almost up 12% or something like that. But great timing. So I'm glad I bought more shares. I now own, I think, in total of 25 shares. Now, so this is how much I spent. This is how much my overall portfolio will go up in terms of the total annual income of the dividends. Again, I'm happy with that. So far, as you can see here, I'm basically expecting this much for this year. My target was to hit 1,000. I don't know if that's going to happen, but we'll see what happens in the next couple of months. And then obviously my ISA account right now, I'm almost at the kind of bang on in the middle. I still have another 5 months left of the ISA, and this is like a kind of breakdown. As you can see here, the growth sector, sorry, this is my dividend sector. You can see how majority of my investment is right now in technology, then it is healthcare and industrial, then healthcare, and then I've got a little bit of consumer, a little bit of financials, and a little bit of materials, and so on. So yeah, it's kind of very well diversified. There's got a lot of companies in there. This is the growth companies, growth sector. So I'm going to quickly show you a breakdown of all the sectors so you can see what companies I hold in my portfolio, and I will share the link as well for this too if you want to look at it. So Lowe's, Home Depot, and Tesla, and the VF They're all up, as you can see, which is really good news. Again, consumer staples, not a lot going on in here, to be honest. So Procter & Gamble has been up about 6.6% at the moment, with the rest of them are down. Happy to keep. They pay such good dividends. Here, there's not a lot. These two companies are, especially Moody's, are actually overvalued at the moment. S&P, I think I might buy a few more shares of this company, because right now it seems to be a fair value. So we'll see what happens. Healthcare. Okay, Johnson & Johnson, Merck, Pfizer, Amgen, and they're all coming back. The only one that's actually now in the red is Amgen, and I think probably next couple of days it will go back to being green. Again, I am happy with this company. I bought more shares the other day, so overall it's really good. Now the next one is industrial. This is one of my favorite. Boring, nothing happens to these companies. They're all up, as you can see here. Okay, Union Pacific is actually one of my top holdings, so I've got like over £2,000. Same goes for 3M, and then the rest of them I've got about 500, almost 600, 800, and then 1,400 as well for this one. Cummins and so on. Cummins is actually now a little bit down, so I don't mind. That's absolutely fine. I bought more recently. And then my biggest holding, like I was saying earlier, is technology. As you can see, I own Microsoft, so that's about £4,000. A lot of that, so 1,400 of that almost, is basically profit. And then Visa, slightly up to date. MasterCard, which is basically new edition, and then you've got Broadcom, which is, I think it still might be a little bit overvalued. I might actually look into it, do a video update video soon. Salesforce, I own Salesforce shares here, and also I own someone in the other portfolio, which I will show you in a second. KLA, again, almost to 20% up, recent addition to the portfolio. And this company just reported amazing quarter, and the future looks absolutely amazing for this company. I wish I bought more the other day, but hey, I can't read mine, could I? And then the next one is the materials, and again, materials, the only one that's down is Rio Tinto. I like PPG. It's very well diversified within even this portfolio. They all do different things. So which is like, this company deals with a lot of painting, this is chemicals, and this one is more an iron ore and so on. This is a mining company, so it's well diversified within this. So I really like this sector as well. Right, so that's overall the portfolio that I have in Trading 212. The other one that I want to show you quickly is the Trading 212 account. This is the picture, so it's not really, I can't share they don't have a web-based version. So as you can see, it's now £2,385, is up about £424. I started this account because I ran out of ISA account last year, and I kept buying TSM. Obviously, as well, I wanted TSM shares, and I can't buy that in Trading 212, so that's the reason I bought it here. So just to give you kind of quick breakdown of the companies that I own. So TSM's here, I've got 13 shares, 5 shares of Salesforce, and then 0.1 shares of CrowdStrike. Again, CrowdStrike is just doing crazy stuff, and it's gone up so much, so I don't think I'm actually going to buy any more of this. As you can see, my watch list right now has Adobe. It's been there for a while. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I love that company, but it doesn't go down to the price that I'm looking for, so we'll see what happens. So yeah, that's overall just the stock. So this, everything you see in here is just the stuff that I put together. There's a lot of tabs in here and so on. So I'm going to share this with you guys, both the passive income and the growth one, as well as obviously everything else that comes with it. So the growth, as you can see, I've got Tesla, CrowdStrike, and Salesforce. And then in here you can see this picture thing is also automatic. There's a lot of formulas, a lot of things. I'm not going to go into details, so I put this one together. All you really need to do is, for example, if you've got MasterCard, say for example you bought one share of MasterCard, and this, let's say, it was $330 whatever dollars, okay, it automatically does that for you. Okay, it tells you how much actually how much dividend you're gonna get. Let's pretend now you bought all of this for these prices. Okay, it will tell you exactly how much you're going to get for all of this. And as soon as you've done that, if you go back to the dashboard, it will start putting money in the right places, and it will tell you what. So for your ISA, you can type how much. So normally this information comes from there. For your dividend, sorry, it comes from there. And the sectors, obviously you just have to is connected directly to here, so you don't have to do anything. So the only place that you really need to change is the shares and the average cost. Once you've done that, everything else is taken care of. Okay, if you're in the US, you might have to tweak these things a little bit. There's a couple of things that are hidden. Okay, I'm sure you'll be able to figure that out. It's not really that bad. The other thing I want to show you is the dividend income. So in here, you just have to put how much you've got for each month, and it automatically calculates it, basically gives you the graph there, and that is that one. For the dividend income, it will tell you where your money is coming from. Okay, so if you add, for example, another company, so if we go back here, let's say Kimberly-Clark, we add 5 shares for £100 or whatever, right? Straight away, if you go to your dividend breakdown, you will see Kimberly-Clark basically updated automatically. So you don't have to do anything. Like I said, the sectors exactly the same. You don't have to do anything. But consumer defensive, because we put Kimberly-Clark the highest, so it does the same thing again there. And final thing I want to show you is the stock watch list. I've shared this before with you, but I've updated a little bit. So the only one that you need to change is obviously put the ticker there, and then formulas are all in there. The sector you need to change, and then fair value. Fair value, again, I use all sorts of websites, so it's up to you what you want to put in there. And then I put 5% discount. So this is my margin of safety. So if the fair value of Morningstar says this should be $210 per share, I then take away basically 5% of that, which works out about 200 ideal price. And right now, the way Teladoc, for example, is undervalued. This is one of the companies that I've been looking at, but I don't think I'm going to buy it now because I think I've made a decision on that. Okay, so some of the companies that you see here is just to show you how it works, but some of these companies I might not be really interested. Okay, right. So that is basically my overall portfolio, as well as sharing the spreadsheet with you. I hope you find the value in it. Like I said, you don't really need to change much other than the shares and the average price, and obviously the sector. Once you've done that, everything else is calculated. If you're in the UK, it's easy. You really don't need to do much. If you're in the US, then obviously everything else is fine. You just need to unhide these things, okay, because the price is there for the US and so on. If you're anywhere else like Canada, whatever, you might need to work out how that works. And the dividends are normally I've hidden some of those things as well. So dividends, like if you want to know, this formula actually calculates the dividends you will get, and automatically calculates the percentage. So there's a couple of things that I've hidden in there that you will be able to work out. Because I'm in the UK, I actually obviously use pounds and so on. Right, that is the portfolio. That is the spreadsheet that I want to share with you. I hope you find some value in this. As always, please like, subscribe. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll try my best to answer. I don't know everything. I'm just basically learning. I'm sharing my journey, and that's all I'm doing right now. So if you find some value in this, please like, subscribe, and tell your friends and family just to look into these things. I think investing is the only way out of the rat race and whatever you want to call it. So especially our age right now, it will be really important, especially if you're below 20 or 25 and you're watching these videos. You're on the right track, mate. Just carry on what you're doing. If you are around my age, 33 or plus, 34, whatever, then this is perfect. Okay, we need to keep doing this. We need to keep investing and keep encouraging each other to do the best that we can. And obviously, the most important thing for us is we don't get into anything that's haram, that's that we're gonna regret later on. So everything you do should always be around your religion and so on. That's for me anyway. That's a message for me as well. Take care, everybody. Assalamu Alaikum.